People have a huge responsibility on their shoulders, and they are very well paid individuals. Again, they need to gain lots of experience, and they need to go to university and study a degree in quantity surveying. After that, they will need to work for at least 3 years. And then after that, that's 6 years, they become chartered surveyors. So to be a fully qualified chartered surveyor, it takes at least 6 years. Some quantity surveyors choose to take a master's, but it's not something that is so important. The important thing for a quantity surveyor is to have, yes, the degree and the experience. Now, there is one other professional, and that is the project manager. So we looked at the architect, we looked at the quantity surveyor, we looked at the site engineer, and we are looking at the project manager. And the project manager, what is doing, the project manager is united the common effort of all professionals. Now, they need to coordinate that everyone is doing the right thing. The site engineer is working and is producing what the architect has designed. They need to make sure that there is communication between all team members. And in the end of the day, they take full responsibility for the delivery of a construction project. They are very well paid individuals. Certainly, they need lots of experience. And you can become a project manager if you are an architect and you want to move into project management. You can become a project manager if you are a quantity surveyor and you want to move again into project management. Site engineers can as well move into project management. But more often, project managers just take a degree in construction management, and then they start their careers generally as construction managers. And then eventually, if they are given the opportunity and they gain sufficient experience, they become, what I was going to say, a project manager. Now, you are at the top of the construction effort, and certainly project managers are paid good money. Now, I showed you 4 professions within the construction industry. And what I was going to say, these professions are architect, they are quantity surveyor, project manager, and site engineer. T-levels are teaching you to do these 4 things. Certainly, it is only a level 3 qualification, and you're not going to walk out of the college calling yourself an architect or a site engineer, but is a good start for this career. Now, it is important that you have an understanding of these 4 professions before you become any of them. If you are an architect, you're going to have to deal with the site engineer, and you're going to have to deal with the project manager, and you're going to have to liaise with the quantity surveyor. Therefore, it is important that you are taking these 4 roles before you become one of them. Now, I'm going to run a little Kahoot quiz, and I have shared with you a link there in the messages. It is www.kahoot.it. If you go there, you will be able to join the quiz we're going to do in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the screen. I'm going to do it now. And this is the Kahoot. Now, you can see here, you need to join at kahoot.it. I already shared this with you. And you have to enter this pin. You enter this pin, and then you need to have a name to take part of on this in this quiz. Now, please be serious when you choose the names you're going to use. Yeah. So I already got 1, 2, 3 people. Okay, 5 people. And I'm going to wait just a little bit longer because for some people, maybe it's not so easy to join. I'm going to share again. I'm going to make this bigger. And yes, you need to go to Kahoot and you need to enter this pin. It is much better if you do this using your mobile phones rather than your computer. Okay. So I assume there's we got more people coming in. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Lots of people coming in. And the quiz is going to be about the things I have talked about just now. It is about the different construction roles: architect, quantity surveyor, project manager, site engineer. And these 4 professions, you're going to learn them when you join us in this college for your T levels in construction. So shall we start? Yes, I think we are going to start. Oh, Abdi just joined. And yeah, I'm going to start. So we are looking at roles in T levels. And question 1. You need to be much faster. And we have 5 right answers. And we're going to move to the next one. You need to really be very fast. Okay, next question. Okay, we got a possible winner here now. Okay. Wow. Okay. It seems that we have a winner here so far. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on to the next question. I'm giving you more time to think about this. Yeah, someone thought that project managers are not well paid. Okay, I'm going to say something. All construction professionals are well paid. Architects, site engineers, quantity surveyors, and project managers. But generally, the person leading the whole effort will be the one that is paid the best. Now, if you learn all these 4 professions, you can certainly become eventually a project manager. Okay, let's go and see what is the next question. So I make sure we don't overspend. Who am I? Okay, so I am the quantity surveyor. Some thought is the architect, that is not the responsibility of the architect to control money. Certainly, when they design, they want to design something that is sensible, and they are not going to start going over budget. But when we are actually building, the one that is in control of not overspending is the quantity surveyor. Excellent. I'm going to go for the next question. But first, we have a look to the situation here. Okay, Ashley is catching up. Wow. So many people thought that apparently maths and physics are not so important in construction. For everyone working in construction, maths and physics are important. Depending on the profession, are more or less important, but we all need to know a little bit of mathematics and a little bit of physics if we want to work in construction, because it's a field of engineering. So we do use mathematics, we understand physics, we understand materials. So it is important, and you're going to be learning maths and physics. And if you don't like maths or you're scared of maths, don't worry, because now you are adults and you're going to have a different approach to mathematics. Also, you're going to see mathematics in context. So that means you're going to realize how useful and important they are for your everyday activities as a construction professional. Okay, let's see what is the next question. Okay, apparently we got a clear winner, but Ashley is not far behind. Okay. So site engineers are the ones who transform the ideas in the mind of an architect and a set of drawings in a reality. Yeah. You give a site engineer plans, specifications, and resources, and they will build. And yes, they need to know maths, science, and materials, and they use very advanced measuring techniques and work to precisions that are 1 millimeter right. And yes, they have to deal with everyday activities on the building site. They are not based in an office, they are based in the building site. They have an office on site and they spend some time in the office, but they spend probably 60-70% of the time actually on the build. Okay, let's see how the score goes. And it's going well. Okay. Yes. To become a chartered architect, to call yourself fully an architect, you need 7 years. 3 years you will spend at university, taking a bachelor's degree. Then you start working and being paid, but you are not an architect yet. You're paid a good salary, same as any other engineer will be earning at the beginning of their careers. Then you will have to take a master's later on in your life, and then you will be able to call yourself a architect. But it takes 7 years. Okay. And yes, it's true that to become a chartered surveyor takes 6 years. Again, it's similar to being an architect. You need to go to university. It's 3 years at university, and then you start working. But you are just a graduate. You just finish university. You perhaps don't have sufficient experience yet, and then you need to work for another 3 years before you can call yourself a chartered surveyor. So it takes about that time, 6 years, to become a fully chartered surveyor. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Okay, now I know it's surprising, just 3 years of university or even one, but that's true. A site engineer needs to have formal education. They need to learn AutoCAD, I mean, how to make drawings with computers. They need to learn to use some measuring equipment, and they have to have an understanding of construction technologies, health and safety, certain things. But it is true that when you finish a T-level, you already are able to work in a building site as an assistant site engineer. And just by working there, if you go and study, not necessarily a degree in a university, but you can do a HNC, and then you can move on to a HND. With just 2 years of higher education, you can work effectively as a site engineer. And site engineers are very well paid. So yes, they don't need, it helps to have a degree, but it's not, you don't need so much, you have to have the knowledge, but it's not as with quantity surveying or architecture, certainly, that you need to study a lot. It is more practical, and it will be a career path for those people who like doing things and being on site and being active. You spend some time in the office, but you are doing something on the building side, and you are paid a huge salary quite early in your professional life. So, whoa, it's been a change here. Someone scored suddenly lots of points. Okay, let's move ahead. We still have 2 more questions. I'm giving you lots of time to think. And yeah, most of you got it right. Yes, you start making money after university. And no, you don't have to study 7 years. It takes 7 years, but you are not studying for 7 years. You study for 3 years, then go and work, and eventually you do a master's. Sometimes you do it meanwhile you're working. So you are really working the same as anyone else. I'm going to move on to the last question. Okay, someone thinks that T-levels do not prepare you to become a project manager, but actually it does. You are exposed and you're going to be taking all the roles. You will have to design projects like an architect. Then you will have to price these projects. Then you will have to prepare all the project management documentations and plans. And then you will learn how to use all the equipment that site engineers use on site to make construction projects a reality. So let's see what's the score. And oh, sorry, I had one more question. Yeah, they need to have a good understanding of all professions. Okay, let's move and see what is the results in the podium. Way, third place, but it was going. Oh, and way, excellent. Okay, so we have questions here. I can see already. Can I take this because I want to be a real estate developer commercial? Yes, you can take this if you want to be a real estate developer or commercial. It is a perfectly good qualification if you want to go that way. Any other questions? We're going over the time allowed for this presentation, but I'd be happy to take 2 or 3 more questions if you have any. When I was doing this presentation, I wanted to show you how a lesson will be normally when we are learning, for example, the different construction roles that there are in construction. It will be done similarly. And also, I wanted you to have to understand where this T-level is going to take you. And it's going to take you to do this, to become any of these 4 different professions or any other profession in the field of construction, civil engineering as well. Well, yes, when you enroll, you will have a period where you will be able to, if you rethink or you are not happy with what you're doing, then you can still change. I think that at T-level, the one you're doing planning, which is what we're teaching here, is an excellent, this is what you're going to be learning, and it opens wonderful opportunities. You need to like construction, but if you like construction, you're in the right place. Well, most certainly. I cannot guarantee an apprenticeship, but you're going to be doing 50 days of practice. You're going to be taking for 4 weeks a little project during your time in employment. We're going to prepare you very well for the world of construction. And Newby College is one of the best colleges in UK for engineering and construction. So if anyone is going to get a apprenticeship, is going to be the people leaving this college. Can I study more than 4 courses? I don't understand the question. You're doing 1 course, T-level, and we are teaching you 4 professions, but by doing that, you're actually learning all the professions there are as in management, in construction, as a professional. Civil engineering, you are going to learn it by doing this as well. You're going to be learning health and safety. You're going to learn many other skills. I just given you 4 main career paths, but there are many options. Okay, is there any more questions? I will take one more question. Okay. Well, I hope this presentation has been of help to you, and I hope to see you from September, where I will be teaching this program to all of you. When is enrollment day? Well, normally the enrollment starts until the GCSE's qualifications are published, and I believe is in, I don't know if it is 11th of September. Sorry, no, 11th September. I meant August. So yeah, 12th of August. Okay, thank you for your help. Well, thank you very much for attending this session, and see you soon. Goodbye for now.